My form of stress management when I was younger, in middle school and high school and college, was exercise and football. And it served me very well. It carried me through a lot of tough years. As I've gotten older and I've abused myself with football, rugby, and CrossFit, I've had a hard time in managing my stress because I can't do the thing that I've always done throughout my life. Meditation has been very helpful for me, but it's kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum from exercise. Exercise is all movement, meditation is no movement and just going inside. And when I'm having a really tough time in figuring out how to be happy, like I was this morning, Qi Gong has been a really helpful practice in order to have a little bit of both worlds, to move a little bit very gently, but also to practice my breath and movement. It's a form of intentional movement where you're moving and breathing very slowly and gently that somehow just seems to anchor us into the present moment and help us deal with whatever we're dealing with after a couple of minutes of a moving practice. So I'm going to show you the grand opening, which is a movement that I learned at a certification at Kripalu in Massachusetts that I default to almost on a daily basis in order to help myself deal with whatever I'm dealing with. There are a few principles you should keep in mind when you're performing Qi Gong. The first one is something called reverse breathing. During reverse breathing, as you're breathing in through your nose, you're pulling your belly in, and as you're breathing out, you're pushing your belly out. So it's a little bit different than you learn in yoga or diaphragmatic breathing. You're working to strengthen your core, and when we asked the teacher why we were doing this, it was just because it's something that allows the core to get much stronger. So as you're breathing in, belly goes in. As you're breathing out, you're pushing the belly out. It's very difficult to do, but it seems like it's a helpful practice to keep the core strong. As you're moving very slowly and gently, and you're moving up and down, as you're moving down, you want to close your fists and turn them in and spiral them. And then as you're coming out and you start to exhale, you're going to spin your wrist and go slowly out. So there's something energetically that happens when we spin our wrists and then open up our fingers and our hands as wide as possible. Besides that, you don't have to overthink it. We're resuming the perspective of child's play or shaman's child's play. So don't be hard on yourself as far as it needs to be XYZ this way. That's the American way, and that doesn't always serve us when we're trying to come into the heart and center ourselves and be grounded. Go ahead and play with that exercise and see how it makes you feel after doing 5 repetitions of the grand opening.